This video is the next video in the solution set of videos. In this video, we're still looking at section 2, which is concentration of solutions. In particular, we're moving on to the second type of concentration of solution problems, where we're asked to find the concentration in parts per million. Now, parts per million can be abbreviated, and it will be abbreviated to PPM in your exam. What parts per million means is it's just the milligrams of a substance per litre. And 1 part per million just means 1 milligram per litre. And that's the key thing that you need to remember to do all of these questions. PPM is a method used of expressing the concentration of very dilute solutions. It's particularly useful in water analysis, which we'll be looking at later on in the course, where you're dealing with very, very low concentrations of certain substances, perhaps only a few milligrams of a substance in an entire litre of water. A chemist may report that the concentration of chlorine in water, for example, is 2 ppm. This would mean that there's 2 milligrams of chlorine per litre of water. What you need to be able to do then is take the concentration of solutions and express them in parts per million. And I have the first example here, which is example 1, and it says convert 0.75 grams per litre to ppm. Like in most questions, I like to write out what ppm is, and 1 ppm is equal to 1 milligram per litre. Here we have 0.75 grams in 1 litre, and we know that we need it to be milligrams. So to turn it into milligrams, we just need to go from grams to milligrams. So we need to multiply 0.75 by 1,000. When we do that, we're going to get 750 milligrams is equal to 1 litre. Again, the reason why we can do that is because we know that 1 gram is equal to 1,000 milligrams. To finish this off then, we know that milligrams per litre is the same as ppm, so the answer is just 750 ppm or parts per million. That's the answer for example 1. Example 2 asks us to convert 0.0003 milligrams per 100 centimetre cubed to ppm. Again, I always like to write down what we have. In this case, we have 1 ppm is equal to 1 milligram per litre. What this means is we need to change it from milligrams per 100 centimetres cubed to milligrams per litre. So currently we have 0.0003 milligrams equal to 100 centimetre cubed. We know that 1 litre is equal to 1,000 centimetres cubed. So we need to multiply both sides here by 10. When we do that, we get 0.003 milligrams is equal to 1,000 centimeters cubed. When we have milligrams and centimeters cubed, that means that the concentration of this solution is 0.003 ppm or parts per million. That's the answer for example 2. Example 3 is a little bit more difficult, but nothing we can't handle. Here it says, on analysing a sample of water, a chemist finds that 100 centimetres cubed of it contains 0.005 grams of calcium carbonate. What is the concentration of calcium carbonate in parts per million? To begin, I'm going to write down what I know parts per million is, and 1 part per million is equal to milligrams per litre. Here we have 0.005 grams per 100 centimetres cubed. Now, we need to increase that 100 centimetres cubed to 1,000 centimetres cubed because we know that 1 litre is equal to 1,000 centimetres cubed. To do that, we're going to multiply both values by 10. When we do that, we'll end up having 0.05 grams per 1,000 centimetres cubed, which means we'll have 0.05 grams per litre. Now we also need to go from grams to milligrams. So we know that 1 gram is equal to 1,000 milligrams. So to change from gram to milligram, we're going to multiply by 1,000. When we multiply by 1,000, we'll be left with 50 milligrams per litre. 50 milligrams per litre is the same as 50 parts per million. That's the end of example 3, and it's also the end of this video, which goes through how to complete questions where it's asking you to calculate a concentration of a solution in parts per million. I'm hoping it makes sense. If you do have any questions, please let me know, but we will leave it there, and this marks the end of this video.